caused by tropical storms or hurricanes can upend life for months, if not years sometimes. And I think a lot of us find out that we are underinsured when it comes to protecting our property and possessions. So that's certainly not a place we want to be right now as we are currently in hurricane season. And joining me now to tell us more how to protect our property and our possessions the right way, I'm thrilled to be joined by Laura Fabinger and Mark Friedlander. Good morning to both of you. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yes, my pleasure. So many people need to hear from you and learn more. How can home and business owners be best prepared for the 2020 hurricane season, which has already said to be above average? What can we do?
Well, the first critical step is homeowners, renters, and business owners need to make sure they have the right types and amount of insurance, both property and auto insurance, to ensure they are financially protected from the wrath of Mother Nature.
And we recommend that folks take a look at their insurance policies. There is a single page called the declarations page that lists the amount of coverages that you have, the deductibles you may have, and how a claim would be paid. We also recommend that you talk to your insurance professional once a year, making sure you have the right coverages. Will I be able to rebuild my home? Repair my home? Will I have the temporary living expenses I might need if my home is uninhabitable? Always a good idea also to check on your auto coverage, make sure it's comprehensive auto, and do you need flood insurance?
And then speaking of flood, we know the Charleston area is prone to flooding. So make sure you have an evacuation plan, know where you're going to go if you are ordered to evacuate. And also everyone should have their supply kits on hand. Minimum 7-day supplies of non-perishable food, drinking water 1 gallon per person per day, all medications for every family member.
Such great advice. My next question though, is it true that the number of hurricanes and their intensity, is that increasing, or it just seems like it's increasing in the last few years? What's the truth?
Well, let's look already at 2020. So it's already been a record-breaking year, believe it or not. So we've had 9 named storms and 5 U.S. landfalls. And that is a record in terms of those many storms this early in the Atlantic Basin. And last week, revised forecast was issued by Colorado State University and our non-resident scholar, Phil Klotzbach, predicting now 24 named storms this season, 12 hurricanes, 5 major hurricanes potentially, and those are records since they began looking at that type of forecasting.
And you look at the impact of Isaias last week, it's already projected to be a $4 billion plus storm in terms of property losses. So significant damage from the Carolinas all the way up through New England.
Wow, incredible numbers. What are some of the lessons that we've learned just between the window of 2017 to 2019? What did we learn from those years?
Well, you look at Hurricane Michael back in 2018 that hit the Florida Panhandle, and the severe winds of that Category 5 catastrophic hurricane. It showed the need for more resilient construction, stronger building codes that could withstand those types of high winds. And it is possible to build communities that are able to withstand that level of wind damage.
Right. Such a good point. And before we run out of time, can you share any affordable measures that homeowners could take right now that would reduce their risk and make their properties maybe more resilient to future storms?
Sure, there are some simple things. Have your roof inspected once a year. Make sure that it can withstand torrential rain and high wind. Know where you are in terms of flooding. Are you in a neighborhood that floods frequently? And are there some simple things you can do around the house in terms of landscape changes, just minor ones, that may help with rain runoff, for example?
All right, where do we go for more information on all of this?
Very simple. Go to our website, iii.org. We have all kinds of resources, preparation tips, evacuation plan models, the supplies you need, everything that you need to prepare for the peak of the season, which is starting now through October, is so important. And it's all there on our website, iii.org.
All right, Laura and Mark, thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure talking to you. Such great and useful information.